Now, from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is Your Weather Tonight. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, folks, here we go now, heading right on into our Monday evening. And for some of you folks, there is an opportunity of some rain and some storms around, a pretty minimal severe weather risk. But I am going to catch you up on those details now, of course, as we go through the evening. And then I'm also tracking a pretty big warm up as we go through this week. In fact, we're talking about some hot temperatures all before a cool down as we head into the weekend. In fact, a significant cool down with some pretty, we'll call these decent rain chances, the way it looks heading into the weekend as well. So it's going to be a pretty active weather week, obviously details and all that over the next few minutes. But let's start with this right here. This would be our Monday evening. And again, notice here in the Metroplex, it's a 30 to maybe 40% opportunity of a few showers and thunderstorms around as we go through the evening. I think locally here in the Metroplex, the overall risk of severe weather is relatively low. Now, it's a bit of a different story here if you're in our western counties. Young County, Stevens County, officially there is a tornado watch until 9 p.m. We're going to be watching activity developing out in the big country. And again, some of that activity may try and make a run into our western counties. Our cap is very strong, though, across a good part of North Texas. And I just don't know, with the activity coming in from the west, how far into North Texas it's truly going to be able to make it before it essentially kind of vaporizes as we go through the evening. I'll show you the latest model data coming up. Now, even with that being said, we have had a few showers around. Again, as we've gone through the afternoon, this is mainly sprinkle activity and truly has not amounted to much whatsoever. But again, as we take a look a little bit further out to the west, right, down towards the Permian Basin, the Midland area, all the way up through the big country, what do you see? Of course, it's that tornado watch that's in effect. And what are we going to be watching for? Again, as we go through the evening, we're going to be watching for a few thunderstorms to develop. If you look carefully, you can see a little black line. I know it's hard to show up here on the visible satellite imagery, but there is a dry line out here, and that dry line is going to try and be the spark to get a few thunderstorms to go. And like I mentioned, whatever does form out there will try and push east as we go through the evening. And we'll talk more about that coming up. Otherwise, the main upper level storm system is well off to our north. The main area of lift, the real focus, if you will, of active weather, again, is so far to the north. We have just a little bit of lift. We've got a dry line. And again, we're just trying to see if truly anything sparks out there. We don't have a lot of dynamics at play, truly, as we head into this evening. You can even see the main jet stream flow, again, well removed to the north of North Texas. That is going to be the storm system. Again, it's basically in and out this evening and tonight. And then really as we go forward in time, over the next few days, Tuesday, Wednesday, we warm the temperatures up. We're relatively quiet. And then we're going to be watching a storm trough carving out to our north and little pieces of energy coming through the subtropical jet. And I think it's going to give us an opportunity of some storms Thursday, maybe with some severe weather, and then a really good opportunity of some rain and some cooler temperatures as we head into Saturday. So the real risk of severe weather off to the north. Again, we're going to be watching our western counties. Not impossible here in the Metroplex to have a severe storm. I just think the overall probabilities here are really relatively low with that cap in place. Again, could we have a tornado warning out to the west? That's not impossible. Then again, any of that activity coming in from the west could be supercell shaped. And again, if it is still able to keep that supercell shape, again, an opportunity of larger hail. But again, the deeper that activity, if it even makes it into North Texas, should be in a weakening phase, again, as we go through the evening. Okay, here's the modeling. And again, there it is. You can see supercells approaching from the west. But again, as soon as they make their way into North Texas, what happens? Again, you see that quick weakening trend, right? So again, there's an opportunity. You see it there through the evening. Again, could there be a few showers? Could there be a few rumbles of thunder? Not a lot from what the model's showing. And then overnight, there could also be a few showers as well. So there's rain, there are storm chances there, but it's just not going to be very widespread. And again, a lot of us are really just not necessarily going to be impacted by that. So overnight tonight, temperatures generally in the mid to upper 60s. It's going to be a pretty balmy overnight, very humid. Again, better rain opportunities west and again northwest through the overnight. And then take a look at this. This will be the theme over the next several days. Temperatures begin to take off mid upper 80s. And then as we get into Tuesday night, this will be heading into Wednesday, 50s, 60s. Those are your overnight lows. But it really won't matter because as we get into Wednesday, temperatures continue to take off more in the way of mid upper 80s. We're going to culminate with a high temperature on Thursday of right around 90. Again, could even be a few strong storms around on Thursday. Then there it is. We have a big cool down for the weekend, and that's going to be a likely opportunity of a good old-fashioned rain Saturday.